Ma! More meatloaf! What? Oh. Hello. What was I doing? Oh, yes. So, this will be the preview for the fall 2000, whatever the hell year it is, 13 5v5 draft season. And we're going with 8 teams, at the moment at least, for this season. Same as it has been. I'm going to go through the draft order, which will be unveiled. Then I'm going to go over some of the top returning players and give you some key dates and stuff like that. For those of you that missed it last year, JC won his 4th title by injuring players on every other team that was good, and pretty sure that's all that happened. So, without further ado, we'll get to the draft order. Before we reveal the actual picks, the mathematical way it should work out would be Ian Kundle gets the first pick, JC gets the second, Mike Turin returning from a 1 or 2 season hiatus, 3rd pick, Cheese returning from back injury, the 4th, Greg Waldman with the 5th, Tom Bruno with 6, me with 7, and Drew with 8. Oh, and Greg, if you're watching this, you're a captain. I sent you an email, so hopefully you got it. Anyway, other Ian and JC both are in 20%-ish to get the number 1. Turin is 18, Cheese is 11, Greg is 10, Bruno 7, me 6, Drew 3. So, of course it won't actually work out that way because that would be boring. But for those of you that are new to the league, we do an NBA-style lottery. Those percentages I listed are percentages that each captain has for the top pick, and it's based on the captain's player rater, not how the teams finished last season, but the captain's player rater. So the, quote, better statistically you are, the lower percent chance you have for the number 1 pick. So, Tibbs has emailed me these picks in reverse order, and I do not know the results except for the number 8 pick, which I accidentally clicked on at work today. So, the number 8 pick of the fall 2003 5v5 draft goes to Greg Waldman. So, new captain, last pick. Can't really complain about that. I don't want to put these on the sheets yet. Spoilers, I'll write it down over here. Alright. 8. Waldman. Alright, so now to the actual suspense part. The number 7 pick goes to Drew DeBari. 7. So I'm sure Drew will be excited to have a terrible pick once again. Moving on, the number 6 pick goes to Turin. That's unfortunate for him. Mr. Mixtape, Mike Turin. Falls down from number 3 to number 6. So far the big winner is me, because I haven't gotten a pick yet, and I should have. What are we on? 5. Number 5 pick goes to Tom Bruno. So that's 1 spot up from where he should have been. Can't really complain, can't really be that happy about it. The number 4 pick, alright, the number 4 pick goes to JC. Excellent. So he doesn't get the number 1. So we don't have to worry about him winning his 5th straight title, or at least having the preseason favorite to win his 5th straight title, I should say. I'm sure I'll figure out some way to get it done. 4 is iffy. I don't know who I take 4, but we'll get into that later. Number 3 pick. Oh, I still haven't got my pick yet. Number 3 pick goes to Cheese. Up 1 slot from where he should have been. And that means the last 2 picks go to the Ians. So, good work on having an awesome first name, I guess. Alright, the number 2 pick goes to Ian Rubiano, unfortunately. That would have been awesome if I had gotten Marquise. Yeah, that would have been sweet. Alright, so the number 1 pick goes to Ian Gumbel. So, to recap. Number 1, other Ian. Number 2, myself. Number 3, Cheese. 4, JC. 5, Bruno. 6, Mixtape. 7, Drew. 8, Greg. So, quite a bit shake up. The big winner, clearly myself. Ian got the #1 pick and he had the highest percent chance to do so, albeit only by 2%, but still. And the big loser, JC, goes from 2 to 4, not terrible, and Turin goes from 3 to 6, that's pretty bad. So, that's your draft order. Now, as for how the draft will play out, ignoring any true rookies, because I obviously have never seen them play, or if I have, I'm not going to tell you what I know about them. So, ignoring them, there are some interesting ones. Just real quick, the draft board's been up. In the email where this goes out, there'll be a link to it, but there are a couple interesting ones. We got, there we go, Brian Litz, 6'6", 220, 24 years old. So anytime anyone's 6'6" is new in the league, that's always interesting. Hopefully they come to the combine. And then we got a couple other solid rookies, high school varsity players, decent size, stuff like that. No crazy D2, D3 guys as of yet in the true rookie crop. So the top 10 players are, in my opinion, #1, easy call for #1, Marquise. Played last year, led the league in scoring, unlimited range, has tied Bruno's threes per game record like 6 times, but Bruno starts with B and Victor starts with V, so the all-time records page still only says Bruno, so that's fun. #2 overall, I'm going Ulysses, new player. He played Franchise League last season. For those of you who don't know, that's a 4v4 league, but it's really stacked talent-wise. Put up decent, scored like 18 points a game in that, so he is good talent. He's like 6'3", I think. Great athlete. Played D3. So he's the clear #2. #3, we got Brian Phillips. He's Offensive Player of the Year or MVP 2 years ago. I don't know. He's been around. If you play in this league, you know who he is, and he's good. The top 3 seems pretty easy to me. After that, it gets a little iffy. That's why I was making #4 not the best place to be this season. 4, I honestly, there's a bunch of guys that you could go here. So if you want to go size, you have Tom Dar. His name's like 1,000 letters. Played on Bruno's team last year, and Jason Kebshura from the auto draft team. So those are the 2 big, besides the rookie that I mentioned, 2 biggest guys in the league, both decently skilled. Kebshura does, Jason will take more jump shots. Tom plays down low more, likes to miss layups, get his rebound, and then make the layup. And if you want to go point guard, probably the best on the board would be Tim Clement. He didn't play last season, but he's played in the league a couple seasons before that. One of JC's titles was thanks to Tim's ankle exploding, so that happened. Or there's plenty of shooting guards you can go. You got Jason Case from my team last year. We got Brooks Dyer also returning from a small hiatus. We have Scott Green, who I'm sure you all know will just make ridiculous mid-range jump shots all game. And then I think I've named about 9 people. So rounding out the top 10, got the all-around player. Greg Dennis was also on my squad last season. So those are the top 10 as I see it right now. A couple other notable names. We have Mike Malley, who hasn't played this league for a bunch of seasons, but he's a good guy. He went to Villanova or likes Villanova or wore shorts that had Villanova on them once, so he's the coolest dude ever, obviously. Other noticeable players, we got Jacob Goldenschlong coming over from B Draft West, so might have our first ever ejection. Who's that? The huge guy. I can't remember his name. The really big dude who was on Damian Ruff's team got ejected from a game. or something. Anyway, so he could bring some more objections in the league, so that's always nice to look for. And then, like I said, a bunch of interesting rookies. So we'll see how they turn out. On that note, the rookie combine is Tuesday, August 20th, 8 o'clock at CAC. If you have paid for this league, it's free for you to come pick up. If you're a rookie and haven't played in this league before, please come, because it makes the league better for everyone if people know how good you are. As much as I trust you guys, 3-sentence summaries to be 100% accurate, they have been known to fail. Or we have this guy, whose name I won't even Sakun Mel. I'm sure I butchered that pronunciation. Anyway, 5'4" point guard whose description, that is all we have to draft him off of, says, "I'm just going to say, do not let my height and size fool you!" 3 exclamation marks. So that's real helpful. Thank you for that. Hopefully he comes to the combine. Or here's a good one. I like this one. Anthony Carter. I play a lot of small forward and center positioning. Those are pretty different positions. Small forward through center, maybe, but small forward and center seems like an odd combo. Also, doesn't really tell me anything. But moving on. After the combine, the payment deadline is that Friday. So that would be August 23rd at noon. If you do not pay by that date, you will be taken off the board and replaced with someone on the waiting list. And then the draft itself, a little bit of a weird scheduling thing this season. The draft's going to be Monday, August 26th in the evening, 7 o'clock. So usually we try and do the draft on Saturday, involves some pickup and things of that nature, but due to people's schedules, we can't do that this year. And then I assume the first game of the season is whatever, September 3rd, that would be. I could be wrong on that. Anyway, that's all for the fall 2013 5v5 draft preview. See you guys later.